The Nintendo GameCube, that little purple box with a handle. It was Nintendo's first attempt at competing in the era of digital disc-based gaming. Today, we're going to talk about maybe the most controversial Nintendo console. If you like this video, it will become a series. In the early 2000s, console wars were very competitive, and the GameCube sold just 21 million units, far behind Sony's PlayStation 2 and Microsoft's Xbox. Nintendo lost the console war. But what if I told you it's still on? Chapter 1: The Controversial Launch. In 2001, Nintendo launched the GameCube as a successor to the N64. It was colorful, compact, and unapologetically Nintendo, but the competition was fierce. PS2 was a DVD player and gaming machine in one. Xbox had power and the birth of Halo. GameCube, it launched with Luigi's Mansion. No Mario, no Zelda, just Luigi. Everyone was surprised. Luigi got his own spin-off for the first time, except Hotel Mario. It was really unexpected that GameCube chose a spin-off game as its launch title and not a mainline game. Nintendo was focused on what it always did best, gameplay. The GameCube used proprietary mini-discs, which limited storage compared to DVDs, but it meant Nintendo could control piracy. The hardware was powerful, more powerful than a PlayStation 2, but that didn't matter to the casual buyer. Still, those who bought it, they were in for something special. Chapter 2: Mario's GameCube Renaissance. The GameCube was a Mario renaissance. While there was no mainline Mario platformer at launch, for the first time in Nintendo history, Mario made up for it in bold new directions. Super Mario Sunshine. Set on the sunny Isle Delfino, Sunshine was weird, bright, and surprisingly political. It introduced us to FLUDD, F-L-U-D-D, a water-powered jetpack that redefined Mario's movement. Some fans were unsure, no classic power-ups, no fire flowers, but others, they saw genius. Tight controls, gorgeous worlds, deep exploration, this was Mario Unchained. Mario Kart Double Dash. Double Dash wasn't just another sequel, it was a revolution. 2 riders per card, dozens of unique character pairings, special items, and chaos on 4 wheels. The competitive scene, still alive today. Paper Mario, The 1,000-Year Door. Maybe the most beloved RPG on the console and one of the greatest Mario stories ever told. Witty writing, brilliant combat, memorable characters. This was Mario's storytelling at its peak. Last year, the game got a Switch remake. Mario Power Tennis, Mario Golf, Postal Tour, Mario Party 4 through 7, Mario was everywhere. And the GameCube proved he could do anything. Sports, parties, RPGs, you name it. Each game had polish, personality, and Nintendo charm. Chapter 3: GameCube's Wild Library. Think the GameCube was just for kids? Think again. Resident Evil 4. Arguably one of the most influential games ever made, Resident Evil 4 launched exclusively on GameCube. It reinvented the series and the third-person shooter genre. It was bold, brutal, and brilliant. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. This was Nintendo going full psychological horror. A sanity meter that broke the fourth wall, pretending your controller was unplugged or that your save file was deleted. Genuinely unsettling. Metroid Prime, first-person adventure. That's what Retro Studios called it. Not a shooter, an adventure. And that's exactly what it was. Metroid Prime proved the GameCube could be atmospheric, mature, and technical, and do it perfectly. The GameCube had range. It could scare you, it could challenge you, and sometimes it could deeply move you. But most times, it entertains you. Nintendo took big risks on the GameCube. Some paid off, some didn't, but all of them were fascinating. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. At first, fans were furious. Cartoon Link, they cried, but Wind Waker would become a cult favorite. Its cel-shaded style aged like fine wine, and its oceanic world was unlike anything we'd seen. Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion was short but charming, atmospheric, funny, and full of ghostly personality. It showed that Nintendo was willing to break its own rules. Pikmin. A totally new game from Miyamoto. Tiny creatures, real-time strategy, emotional depth. And a 30-day time limit. Pikmin was unlike anything on the market, and it quietly built a fanbase that's still thriving. Animal Crossing. A Japanese N64 port turned into a Western life sim phenomenon. Animal Crossing lets you live in a village, write letters, and pay loans. Chapter 4: The Success of Flaws. So, what happened? The truth is, GameCube couldn't compete. Sony had the PS2, the DVD player, the brand power. Microsoft had money, marketing, and the online future. Nintendo had Nintendo. 21 million units sold, third place in the generation. For many, it was a failure. But was it? Here's a twist. The GameCube's influence outlasted its lifetime. Super Smash Bros. Melee became one of the most iconic esports of all time. Resident Evil 4 changed action games forever. Metroid Prime redefined how we explore. Wind Waker became a beloved classic. Mario Sunshine and Double Dash are still fan favorites, and the GameCube controller still used today on the Switch. In fact, GameCube games were so popular and beloved by fans, they could be played on Nintendo's next home console, the Wii. The GameCube was a seed. It didn't bloom in its own time, but it gave rise to what came next: the Wii, 3DS, Switch, and maybe Switch 2, and a generation of lifelong Nintendo fans. So here's the story of Nintendo GameCube, a console that dared to be different, that sacrificed market share for innovation, that gave us moments we'll never forget. It may not have topped the charts, but in our hearts, it was never anything less than legendary. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share it with a fellow Nintendo fan, and hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into gaming history. Thanks for watching.